The government of the day has been enveloped in a wave of scandals. These include evidence of rampant corruption and their central involvement in the war against our people. This government has stumbled from the trust feed massacre to the development aid scandal, from the Shanghai release to the brutal assassination of Matthew Goniwe, from Info Gate to Inkatha Gate, so many gates. Now is the time for the exit gate for this government. Any government in the civilized world implicated in so many scandals would have been thrown out of office by now. They must go.
When the ANC was the real ANC, 1991 elective conference versus today. In 1991, the ANC held its first elective conference in Durban after decades of being banned. It was a moment of unity, vision, and hope. Mandela, Sisulu, Tambo, Hani, leaders with a mission to serve the people. Compare that to the ANC of today, infighting, corruption, and disciplinary hearing weaponized against rivals. The question is, what happened to the ANC of 1991? The glory of 1991. The 1991 Durban Conference was historic. For the first time in 30 years, the ANC could openly debate policies and elect leaders inside South Africa. Nelson Mandela became president, Walter Sisulu his deputy, Oliver Tambo national chairperson, and Cyril Ramaphosa secretary general. These were giants of integrity and vision, dedicated to dismantling apartheid and building a free, democratic South Africa.
Candidate for the position of president, no ballot was necessary, and I accordingly take great pleasure in announcing the election of Comrade Nelson Mandela to the post of president. Results of the 50 successful candidates .
Fast forward to 2025. What do we see? The ANC today is no longer the ANC of Mandela and Sisulu. It is a party riddled with corruption, obsessed with power struggles, and blind to the suffering of ordinary South Africans. Instead of debating ideas, they silence critics with disciplinary actions. Instead of rebuilding the nation, they protect their positions. Instead of inspiring hope, they inspire anger and disappointment. Lessons they ignored. Archbishop Desmond Tutu once warned, "I will pray for the downfall of the ANC if it does not listen to the people." Senior ANC veterans warned. Ordinary South Africans themselves warned. But the ANC never listened. Why would we believe they will suddenly listen to Senzo Mchunu or Malusi Gigaba. The truth is, they won't.
I'm warning you like I warned the nationalists. I am warning you. One day we will start praying for the defeat of the ANC government. You are disgraceful. I want to warn you. You are behaving in a way that is totally at variance with the things for which we stood. I am warning you. I am warning you that we will pray as we prayed for the downfall of the apartheid government. We will pray for the downfall of a government that misrepresents us. You have got a huge majority. That's nothing. The nationalists had a huge majority that was increasing. They beat the dust. Watch out, ANC government. Watch out. Watch out. Watch out.
The paper acknowledges further that the ANC's own internal challenges, such as social distance between leaders and members, widespread corruption, poor performance in government, and abuse of organizational processes for personal gain will contribute to the ANC's demise if left unattended. This document recognizes that the ANC is increasingly losing trust of the people, as illustrated by the declining electoral performance and intense public criticism. The organization must act urgently to restore its moral character, to win back the trust of the people.
Voices of the people. One South African wrote on Twitter, "With due respect, Senzo and Malusi are the last blokes to talk about corruption and clean governance. I've been in this country all my life to know that. The ANC will die a natural political death, starting with ICU admission in the 2026 local government elections. No Malusi or Senzo will help." Powerful words. The ANC of 1991 was about people, justice and liberation. The ANC of today is about power, greed and survival. South Africans, the truth is clear. We are the government. 2026 is our last chance to show the ANC that its time is up. Just as the National Party once crumbled, so too will the ANC if it refuses to change. The people have the power. The question is, will we use it?
Propose that section, because apartheid is by definition a violent system, and that therefore for as long as apartheid is in place, for so long will we contend with the issue of violence. I therefore suggest that we cannot, that our fight is precisely against apartheid, against violence, and that if we use negotiations in that fight, as we are saying we do, that we cannot therefore see violence as an obstacle. The removal of violence is the objective of our fight.
I sympathize, comrade, with the point that you are making, but we're dealing with a specific historical context where the launching of this campaign of terror against the people here in the Transvaal and elsewhere, we have in fact said, has constituted an additional obstacle to negotiations, and that unless the matter was effectively addressed, we would not in fact proceed with any discussions around the Constitution.
This is not about hating the ANC. It's about telling the truth. The ANC of today has betrayed its founding values. South Africans must decide. Will we let history repeat itself, or will we take charge of our future? And don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Inkari It's Time. Thanks for watching and take care.
On behalf of the Organization of African